unique and utterly strange take on puzzle platforming co-op is Norwegian indie title Shiftlings. Enter the most popular TV show in the galaxy, connected with your clumsy counterpart. From members of the team that gave us the most recent Alone in the Dark comes a game inspired by the first Alone in the Dark, with stylish black and white visuals and great atmosphere and tension. Ollie Ollie 2 will be grinding its way onto PC and PlayStation this month, with Roll 7 once again set to deliver a fiendishly challenging platform experience. Expect new environments, arts and tunes, as well as a 4-player split screen mode. Spin-off, remaster, zombies, Nazis. Rebellion sure are ticking off a lot of popular checkboxes with their Zombie Army trilogy on PC and new-gen consoles. It includes 2 remastered versions of Sniper Elite version 2 expansions, as well as a brand new episode, multiplayer and cooperative modes. Frontier Developments have a history of creating great rollercoaster titles, and there's no reason to suspect they'll fail this time round on the Xbox One. Scream Ride will blend the thrills of designing rides with the thrills of experiencing them. Might and Delight's follow-up to their popular Badger simulator sees you take control of a very different animal, namely a mother lynx. Explore and hunt to provide for your family in this beautiful, stylized rendition of nature. There's not many more anticipated indie sequels than Hotline Miami 2. And Wrong Number is set to continue the blood-soaked traditions of the first title. The annotation are promising bigger and better, and a map editor should ensure increased longevity. City Skyline is a new take on the city builder genre, and given there's a fair few fans out there that weren't super happy with the latest SimCity, the stage is set for Colossal Order to pick up where that game left off and deliver the game that genre fans have been long waiting for. Ninja Theory's Devil May Cry was an underappreciated treasure when it first released, but it does have an opportunity to impress once again when the definitive edition launches on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 later this month.
Our world, the world of science and Arcadia.
The second part of Red Thread Games' finale to the Longest Journey / Dreamfall saga is due out this month, after we've been made to wait for the continuation since October. Titled Rebels, Book 2 is where the plot thickens and things hopefully get even more complicated and interesting.
Kian Alvane is destined to play an important role in the war to come.
Resident Evil Revelations 2 sees Capcom's zombie-blasting survival horror series go episodic, and the 4 chapters of this game will be released across the month. We've tried the first entry already, and if that's anything to go by, expect a lot of cliffhangers. This incredibly beautiful Metroidvania-type platformer from new indie outfit Moon Studios has been inspired by both Rayman and Metroid and looks the part of a Studio Ghibli production. We've been impressed by what was sampled of the game beforehand, so there's every reason to expect something great.
Until now, the transmission was weak.
Sid Meier is back and his latest game is called Starships. It's a turn-based strategy game that links to the latest release from a studio, Civilization Beyond Earth. Players will control a space-faring fleet and use it to explore the galaxy, no doubt sweet-talking and fighting their way through encounters with aliens as they go.
It became clear. It was a desperate call for help.
Cops are on the way! We gotta move!
It's cops versus robbers in Battlefield Hardline, and this time Visceral are taking the reins from DICE for an explosive heist dim-up. We've all had a chance to sample the multiplayer side of the game thanks to an extensive beta testing, but we're also looking forward to seeing what the single player side of the game will deliver when it launches this month. After having created officially licensed MotoGP titles over the last few years, Italian developers Milestone are now stepping up to create an original IP of their own with Ride. Lots of different motorcycles to ride and a big change of courses to negotiate are being promised. Originally a PSP release in Japan, it was part of the grand Fabula Nuova Chrysalis project with Final Fantasy XIII, Final Fantasy Type 0 is finally getting a Western release with this upscaled HD re-release on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The game comes with a playable demo of Final Fantasy XV as an added bonus. Another of Koei Tecmo's series is making the leap up to the new generation of consoles, and it's coming in the form of Bladestorm Nightmare. This time players will be fighting their way through the battlefields of Europe in the Middle Ages during the 100 Years' War. It's hard to believe we've gotten our invitation to attend the 10th Mario Party. Even harder to believe it will still be 3 years since the last one when Mario Party 10 sees release. From Software are saying goodbye to the Soul series and are taking us on a gothic adventure with their next game, Bloodborne. Expect a change of pace to accompany the visual shift, and the procedurally generated Chalice dungeons promise even more longevity in what's expected to be one of the biggest PlayStation exclusives of the year. Armed with only a flashlight, the premise of Slender the Arrival is very simple. Survive, run, and accomplish your objective. The game was met with mixed reactions on PC and old-gen, but is now making the jump to new-gen consoles. Obsidian Entertainment's spiritual successor to the Infinity Engine games stands as one of the most funded games on Kickstarter, and finally, release is nearly upon us. Axiom Verge has a wonderful retro aesthetic and will come packing a Metroidvania style. It also has an interesting gameplay hook. Players will be able to harness the power of the glitch as they make their way through a variety of labyrinth areas.